All right, the Reds, it's Monday's Talking Reds, and Liverpool are still top of the league. Liverpool are still 8 points clear. Everton are shite, Man United are shite, Arsenal are shite, Tottenham are shite. The majority of the league is currently irrelevant to the mighty Reds, so that's all right, isn't it? I mean, Everton apparently are going to get David Moyes back. Get in! United are 20 points behind Liverpool. Arsenal are probably going to sack their manager. Tottenham have already sacked theirs. Does all that matter? Of course it does. It's good when the Reds are good, and it's good when everyone else is shite, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it isn't it? I think this is one of the few weekends where I've sort of watched the highlights of all of the other teams, really. I usually don't watch Match of the Day, I don't watch any of them, but I realised on YouTube, Sky Sports post almost immediately after the game the highlights. So I've been watching them, like United yesterday. It's just dreadful, really, and like even to get the 3-2, the goal to make it 3-2, and they're giving it the big one, and then it just happens again to them. It's lovely. We should like I'm not taking any of this for granted, really, because we've spent our whole lives.
Right now, it's that good.
Yeah, we've
that's
spent
all
our
I'm
whole
saying.
lives
right now, it's that good.
Looking at other teams and thinking like, be brilliant to be supporting them at the minute, or they're just winning everything, or look at them gobshites doing it right at the end again, like fuming about it, and it's us, and it's brilliant to see that it's great that it's spreading all over the country, where they just despise everything that we do at the minute, whether it's the late goals, whether it's the VAR decisions, whether it's the goal that hits both posts and is deflected, or whether it's just the fact that we're a credible football team that they'd love to be supporting. There's everything that we do is annoying opposition fans around the country, and it's absolutely lovely to see.
I think it was worth saying as well that this is sort of like the most consistently good Liverpool have been, really, in sort of like the internet age almost. and it's hilarious. Like, I've sort of changed my mindset on it a little bit, in that, like, once upon a time I'd be like, sitting up all night arguing with a million different people. Now I just scroll through happily, just going, oh, brilliant.
Smiling at myself.
All these people sending, like Liverpool and all this kind of stuff. And, like, you see Paul Merson, like, oh, just give the title to Liverpool on Sky Sport. Yeah, all right, mate, we'll have it. We'll have it.
Paul Merson, like, basically lost his shit at the decision. And then Jeff Stelling said to me, he was like, but you know the way he was fouled in the box? Do you think that means then that maybe the referee was possibly right? And he goes, well, maybe there's a case that maybe he was right. And he almost
sure
like he doesn't know his own argument. No, you can't.
You can't push people in the box, boys. I mean, Newcastle did it to Matip at Anfield, and guess what? We never got a decision. And guess what? United got a decision, and it led to a goal. And maybe if that hadn't happened, we would have won at Old Trafford. And guess what? Firmino's nose hair was offside against Aston Villa. Like, this idea that, like, sort of all the decisions are going our way. Like, someone tweeted me yesterday and it didn't reply, and I was really proud of myself. I just laughed at it.
New Robbo.
New Robbo.
New Robbo.
New week, new Robbo. But it was like, how much have you paid VAR or something? And I was like, the ridiculous conspiracy theories really amused me, because I remember when we were the other side of them, do you know what I mean? Like, Everton United did seem to go their way. They won, they got all the decisions in inverted commas. And it's just how it feels when it's not you, basically. And it's brilliant to watch all the Reds going. I mean, on Everton as well. Did you see that clip? Basically like a fella just like shouting over, like, Bill, he's gotta go! He's gotta go, Bill!
Yeah. Are we going to do a whole bit of Everton content soon, like in this show?
I mean, someone said over the weekend, and I think it was a good shout, they said, if they do get Moyes back, they were like, please, can I have a show with me, Kev Walsh, Ben Jono?
Oh, we'll do a reaction show for you, don't worry, we'll pencil that in.
But I mean, it is funny, come on, it is funny. I know they get a cob on when we talk about them, and I don't know why, because they spend all their lives talking about us. But it is funny, all the money they spend, the wage bill, which is higher than Spurs, higher than Leicester, this idea that they kept floating around of winning transfer windows, of there being a Merseyside power shift. And here we are again, boys. Here we are again. And you're talking about getting David Moyes. And you know what? Like, I'll laugh me cock off if they get David Moyes. But also, though, a secret part of me doesn't want them to get David Moyes, because they were linked heavily with Mark Hughes, and that's funnier.
Come on, we'll take what we can get.
That is funny if they get Mark Hughes. Come on.
It's just it's just madness. I think I watched that clip from the Gladys Street of them all shouting at Silva and the clip of the woman shouting, "It's a fuck off, Silva."
Yeah.
I've watched them all about 10 times. I'm so excited for this Merseyside derby next weekend, or next week, a week and a half away. And if David Moyes is in charge, it just adds another little bit to it, doesn't it? It adds another little bit of excitement to it.
He was shit at getting results at Anfield.
Even the idea of using him as this like new manager bounce.
Fucking hell. Old manager, fall.
But just what you were saying on VAR, like, remember last season when throughout the season they were saying, when VAR is brought into the Premier League, Liverpool will get found out because of all these decisions that are being wrongly awarded by the referee to Liverpool. And then this year it's Liverpool. This really angry looking hashtag.
It's been worked out and we'd still be top. If you took all the VAR decisions out of it. So
we aren't even in the top 5. We aren't even in the top 5 teams that have benefited most from it. It's just this thing that's been this rhetoric that opposition fans are telling themselves because they're trying to find little cracks within Liverpool. And I saw someone tweet, and I can't remember who it was, but it was basically that this Liverpool team are actually underappreciated and undervalued within the media at the moment. Like what they're doing, this run that they're on, and not just this season, spanning back last season. Yeah. Like the things that they're doing at a time when people thought that Man City would dominate are just insane. And how would we pay VAR anyway? Like, do you go and stick a fiver into like an envelope and write VAR onto it?
Is that Mike Riley? How much for a couple of the decisions this week, mate? Yeah? Oh, sound.
30. Here you go.
By the way, is that a tanker just going down the Mersey there? There's a tanker full of gravy just going down the Mersey now. I think it might be part of Everton's negotiation to bring Big Sam back.
Oh, mate, I love like Big Sam just chiming in as well. Like,
I know,
you can tell he's having a ball. Like he's saying, it's basically he said in something. It was it's all gone to shit really since I was in, which is incredible.
I still like, and I kind of think I like to think he meant it. When the Everton fans were starting to turn on him, do you remember he did an interview where he got asked about it and he just laughed at them, and that really annoyed them. And then he did another interview, and he's sitting sort of in the stand at Goodison or in the dugout, and it was something on Sky, and he just sort of crossed his legs like this and revealed the sock like that, and he had red socks on. It was almost like he was trolling the Everton fans.
Do you think he's actually sound? Do you think he might be?
A few people have said who work with him and things that he is sound, but I guess we'll never know. I mean, it was actually floated once, through something else I was doing. Would you be interested in doing a podcast with Big Sam? And I was like fucking hell. Imagine he googled the stuff I said about him.
You coming in with like a cuppa, and then the cuppa's just gravy.
Gravy, yeah. Bit of Bisto, lad. Anyway, we did the post-match pints after Palace. We found a Liverpool speakeasy. We watched the match. It's a bit mad all that 3 p.m. blackout these days, isn't it? Anyway, we watched it, we commented on it, we talked about it, we had a great time. Here is a clip from the post-match pint. I mean, the longer this goes on, I know it's Saturday the 23rd of November, and there's a long, long way to go.
There is a long, long way to go.
Fuck me, this Liverpool side. What is it now? 1 defeat in 52 in the league, I think it is, something like that.
Yeah, it's a long way to go, but it's a third of the season. Of the season, and there's only one game we didn't win, and we probably should have won that game.
And that was away at Old Trafford.
Exactly, and
at the point where we're dead annoyed that we didn't win away at Old Trafford. It's nice.
But even that level of perfection, if we'd have won 13 out of 13, you think the amount of pressure that you'd be on top of everything else, because people were talking about could they go the whole season winning every game. We don't have that, but I don't think that extra pressure would have really changed things at the moment. I think as it stands, I look at that team, I look at that squad, and anything people want to say about them, any kind of extra pressure that's put on them as the season progresses, I feel like they can deal with it.
So do I, yeah. Okay, so that is the post-match pint. We do that after every single Liverpool game. We do a post-match podcast as well. If you'd like to have a go at those things, download the app on Android, on Apple. You get some free tokens, you can have a go of some of the premium content for nothing, and you can make your decisions from there. We still do free content as well, not only this, but also the free show every Monday. We'll be doing that in a bit. We'll be going downstairs in here, getting around the table and talking about the Reds against Crystal Palace. Quickly on that, it wasn't ideal, was it? It was attritional, it was mad. Liverpool didn't play that well, but Liverpool just won. 2 scruffy, horrible goals, but they all count.
It felt perfect for that fixture, that stadium, that their fans are great, by the way. Like, I've seen loads of
they're good.
Seen loads of clips and stuff from either before the match or after the match. I think it must have been before, where they're all got the flares and they've got like almost like the ultra style singing, like that, you know, that kind of one. I'm not going to do that again.
What does it go like?
I know. I started doing it and then remembered I was on a video that You know what I mean.
Never do that again.
Almost like, yeah. Like the drones you hear when you play in the Champions League and it's Ajax. So Fuad's laughing in the background. You're not getting that again. Can we cut that? Nah. I didn't know justice. But it sort of reminded me of you know, when like videos of boss night and stuff go out, and videos from Liverpool, Madrid, and it's all opposition fans in it underneath going, look at this, and it's like they're giving it a go, and that's what I really liked about the Palace fans. It was all young lads with the flares and stuff. So, but yeah, the game, it was a funny one. Like when Palace scored, I was annoyed, but I didn't lose it like I might have done 2 or 3 years ago. I knew that wasn't the be all and end all in the game, and I just didn't quite expect Liverpool to just immediately go up and get a goal, which is just this thing they're doing now, and it's this thing that's become a habit, and it's a thing that it's not lucky Liverpool. It's now like this learned experience almost within them, that they just time and time again know that, whether it's mentality or whatever, it's just
there's a will. There's a real will to win the game as well. I mean, you see, you know, Van Dijk's up there getting involved, having shots, trying to win the game. You know, Mo Salah is about to come off the bench, and then obviously when we score, goes and sits down again.
And then he's like, like laughing, like.
But you know what I mean? Like they don't want to accept a point away at Palace, which, you know, in the past we would have gone, oh well, it's all like that. But such are the levels, you know, and such is the competition with Man City, that we've got to go for it, and we are going for it. And I think that's the best thing about it. I thought it was interesting as well over the weekend, by the way, that Pep Guardiola is already talking about finishing second. Now I know, like, there's, you know, the mind games and all that bollocks, but what's interesting, I actually agree with what he said, by the way. And what he said was, to paraphrase, he was basically saying, when you've got this level of competition, if you're getting 97 points or you're getting 98 and you're not winning the league, that is not failure. That is an amazing level of consistent performance. And he was saying, like, it's sort of wrong, the culture that if you win, you're brilliant and everyone's all over you, and if you're second, you're a failure.
You bottled it.
And he was like, you know, he was saying, like, culturally that's wrong for people, young kids getting into sport and stuff like that. And I totally agree with him, but I still think it's interesting that he's floating that. And he was basically saying, like, if we get to spring, I mean, again, bit of an obvious comment, but he was saying if we get to spring and Liverpool have still got this gap, then, you know, we're in trouble, basically. And I just think, you know, every time we take another week off and we still got this gap, the pressure intensifies on them. And I know, look, they're a good side. They're used to winning as well. They've got a culture of winning as much as we have. But it's just interesting every time that we creep another week and another test is ticked off.
The fixtures coming up as well are really interesting. Like, obviously we've got Brighton at home, we've got Everton at home. Now, the Everton, we're taking the piss out of Everton, but that's always a close game and it's always a really difficult one. They're always able to lift their level up or drag us down to their level. I'm not taking the piss out of them there, that's a genuine thing. So that's going to be difficult, but the run of fixtures that we've got now, like, are probably, you know, the best you could have asked for in terms of knowing that we're going to be going to Qatar. Obviously, the fact that we've got a game every 2 days, that just can't be helped, but the actual teams that we're playing are as good as you'd have hoped, while, you know, Man City have some pretty difficult games coming up. And I keep looking at the winter break, because I don't think that's been talked about enough, that basically every team's getting a 2-week break in February time, isn't it? Or all at different times, but Liverpool's is February. I think that'll do us the world of good. No international break, just 2 weeks off where they get a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a holiday, and then Jurgen gets to drill them. And I just keep thinking, if we can get to that stage, then we're just primed for the end of the season to run in. But
drill them. Remember his little celebration?
Oh no!
That's probably not the best one he's done. You know, he's got loads of boss celebrations. But the one where he's drilling the road.
That's not what I meant. I didn't mean him like walking around the training pitch going.
Listen, whatever happens in this mad title race and in this run with all these mad competitions, got Napoli obviously in the Champions League, we've got the World Club Cup coming up and we're going to it and we should be covering it and we'll be out there. We'll be doing all of it on the Anfield app as ever. And because of all that, because we're covering everything and we're doing it in our own unique way, we also think that you should vote for us in the Football Supporters Association Awards. We are nominated for Best Fan Media. We'd love to win that award. If you haven't voted already, go and vote. If you have voted already, get your ma to vote, get your dad to vote, get your Uncle Freddie Starr to vote, whoever. It's theanfieldapp.com. I know, yeah. theanfieldapp.com/vote for tour.
Vote for tour, yeah.
TAW.
Dead easy as well. You don't have to vote in all the categories, so you can just scroll down, go to us, click done, and that's it. You don't have to put any
will
details.
Put the link in the description, won't you, lad?
Yeah.
Yes.
And as well, it's Xabi Alonso's birthday today, so we're going to put
Happy
our
birthday,
interview. We know you're a big fan of us too. We're going to put the we're going to put our interview, the audio interview, onto our app as well. So if you download the app, you'll be able to listen to that for free. It's from 3 years ago. I think it was whenever I just started, so it was 3 years ago. Yeah, Andy and John flew to Munich and spoke to him, which is dead interesting on his time at Liverpool. So get on that as well.
Yeah, that's it. That has been Monday's Talking Reds. Do keep on reading, watching, listening, telling people about it, and make sure you vote. Up the fucking Reds.